I'm bad. Like I'm stupid at it all. Like I'm just not good at it because I don't pay attention. And then I'm like, oh, it's on the rise. I'll buy it now because it's going to keep going.
Yep.
That's why.
Then you're stuck being what they call the bag holder.
What is that?
Holding the bags.
Is that what I'm doing with Doge right now? Am I holding the bag?
Depends on what Doge does. I don't know.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes. I think it starts with your show. Wanna laugh,
Hey everybody, welcome to Investor Talk with Joe and Elliot. Two dudes who have absolutely no idea what they're doing and not able to offer you any advice whatsoever that anybody should ever take. Joe, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. If you're listening to this podcast, you should turn it off right now. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. And if you're not turning it off, well, that's on you and we're not going to be blamed for it. We look forward to reading you ads later. Hope you check out them all in the descriptions.
Mm-hmm. You're still with us? You stuck with us? Here's a little thought that you get gifted because of your perseverance. That what you just talked about with the Investor Show is a show that it reminded me of a show that I was pitching to you and Steve that I really want to make someday called Steve and Elliot Commentate Sports that they've never seen.
Yeah, great.
Where you guys sit down and you can live stream it, doesn't matter, but you guys have to do color commentary and play-by-play action for sports and classic games that you've never seen before. You get no prep time. You have to figure out and make up people's names on the fly, react, and do it as if it's an actual sportscast.
Well, Joe, this seems like something you could also be involved in.
I know too much. I'm a fucking sports god.
Yeah, I know. You are. You do always say that. And you are very athletic and you are very good at most things that you know that you do physically. Minus crumpling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, thank you for joining us. We are Steveless today. Steve broke his legs and he is
just by trying to do sports commentary.
Exactly.
So maybe we shouldn't do the show.
Yeah, he wasn't even trying to play sports. He just got hurt. But so this might be a little different, a little more chill. Joe and I also just came back from some travels.
Yeah, we got things to talk about.
So many things. We took two very different trips.
Yes, we did.
Couldn't have been more different. Very colorful trips. Both involve some underwater and aquatic life, which is beautiful, and that's about where the similarities end. Let's dive in.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
That's it, for sure.
Now, Joe, you are a family man.
Mm-hmm.
All right? You have a family.
Mm-hmm.
I have a partner and I have friends. All right?
Which some would say is their family. Like, that's your family.
Absolutely not. Not in a million years. No, I had a great time, but it's a different vibe. You went on a more wholesome journey, I would say.
Yeah, it was very like National Lampoons, not because it was funny, but just kind of that like Chevy Chase, get the family in the car, go for a long drive, kind of figure it out as you go scenario. And yours was spring break.
Mine was spring break. Mine was spring break with adult pictures on the wall and just whole vaginas when we walked into the room above the bed. Strange dreams, adults only areas. I fell and I hurt my foot very badly on the first night there because I was not paying attention to where I was going. But right before that, I was making sure that Grace knew where she was walking, and I was very proud of myself because there was, in the downtown area of Puerto Vallarta. There is a beautiful place. There are a lot of potholes, and I wasn't looking because I saw the bar that we were headed toward, and it was like an oasis in the desert, and I rolled my ankle so bad that a nearby, I would say, homeless person who was sitting on the wall said, "Happens every week. Somebody does it." And other people saw it. It was incredibly embarrassing and incredibly painful. And I limped around for a couple days, but I'm mostly back to normal.
That's like the guy from Back to the Future that sleeps on the bench.
It's exactly like that.
And just like yells at passerby, time travelers every time they bust through the continuum.
Yeah. What does he say? He says a thing.
Kevin, you got to know. What does he say?
The old guy on the
damn
bench.
Drunk?
Something like
something like that.
Crazy drunk driver.
Kids are
dang it
down. Yeah. All right. Well,
here's the list of top 5 things he might have said.
Yeah.
God damn Doc Brown.
He said GD?
Maybe not.
I don't know. Shucks, Doc Brown. No, he doesn't know Doc Brown.
Mondays.
Slow down. I don't know.
Yeah, slow down's good.
Slow down.
Not on my watch.
This is my one line. I'm gonna be in the next movie too.
God dang, what does he say? I have a computer right here. I don't even want to know. Kevin, tell us how close we
Pull
are,
it up,
and then
Jamie.
we'll start playing the game where we try to figure it out. That's so funny. That guy just says that to everybody that goes into the bubble.
He's not even an actor. He was just, they found him there. That's a real part of the movie. Anyway, how was it
Dude,
traveling?
that's the dude that just that's the mythical legend of the homeless man that never left the Universal lot. He actually just sleeps there all the time.
Yeah.
What is it?
He died 40 years ago. He's a ghost.
God dang it. What is it? What does he say? Oh, he's letting us listen, everybody. Okay, he's coming in. Oh, here comes. Oh yeah. They crazy drunk driver.
That's it. Sorry if there's anybody still listening, you probably knew that's one of the most famous lines.
Crazy drunk drivers.
Love that.
There's
Man, way to
probably
find that fast, Kevin.
Yeah. That's our internet and tech guru.
Unbelievable.
Kevin, behind the camera.
I can still hear buzzing. Hopefully y'all can't hear it, but
I think it's just our headphones.
all right. If I look like I'm twitching or anything, that's what. But how was it traveling with like getting out of town for the first time?
It was good. So I think context for everybody, you know, our whole little group here got vaccinated. We got our double shots. And so Elliot went on a vacation. I went on a vacation. And
I just winked at the camera like
You-
I was lying about it.
I got
You're like, we all got vaccinated.
Show me your card. Show me your card.
Don't tell them.
Show me your card. Yeah, so we went on a little I guess road trip over into Arizona. We saw the Grand Canyon. We did an aquarium. And I learned a couple things. So here's Joe's list. Joe's list of things he learned on this road trip.
Oh, I can't wait.
Number 1, don't let your family eat Buffalo Wild Wings the night before being in the car for 6 hours. That's not good.
Why?
Don't do that.
Why?
Because your daughter is a monster.
Because of the.
Because of the poo-poos. Because of the farts.
You know she's like old enough to.
Yeah.
You think she wants you sharing?
Yeah.
All right. She does. All right.
No, it
Families
wasn't
are
her.
different.
It was a little bit of everybody.
Yeah, but mostly her though.
Yeah. Buffalo Wild Wings not good. So let me tangent
The
with this
more
because
they
Elliot's
got.
right. Nobody in Hayden's demographic is listening to this, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, she was a fart monster and it was horrible.
It's no big deal.
And it was nonstop. It was natural. But now I'll follow that up with I'm super proud of my daughter who is graduating 8th grade in 2 days. I'll be going to promotion. She's straight A student. She got Student of the Year in the yearbook class. They called out her name. She's part of the Honor Society. And if you do listen to this someday, Hayden, maybe you'll be mortified by the fact that I talked about your stank. But also, I want you to know that publicly I want the world to be proud of you too. I'm very, very proud of you. So good job. Just not your ass.
Yeah, you really. That was a perfect landing there. You really dug out of that hole so quick. That was amazing. Standing triumphant. Yeah, so you all had Buffalo Wild Wings before.
So don't do that. Don't do that. And then number 2, the drive. I don't know if you've ever done it. Kevin, I know you said you have before, but I don't like the desert at all. It's like it just doesn't do it for me. I know it's beautiful for some people. You see the mesas sometimes in the distance. It's just the desolation of it is not. I'm a Northwest mountain boy, so the desolation of the desert does not inject beauty into my orbs.
Not your thing.
Not my thing, but there's also fear. Like a drive from LA to Vegas, this drive from LA to Phoenix area is even more desolate.
It's like 8 hours or something like
It's
that.
like 6 to 7 hours. There's just the fear of what if I break down?
Or gas.
Yeah.
You always got to pay attention.
Yep. It's
I hate paying attention.
with a family. It's a little bit more of like a thing that's in the back of your mind scaring you. So, but you get through that and you get to Phoenix and then you go north and you find Sedona, Arizona, which is surrounded by these gorgeous painted red rocks. It's basically like the world of Cars.
Cool.
I think that's got to be where they got the inspiration for it. I think it's around Route 66. It's not far off. But you come in from the desert, and then these red rocks just spring up out of nowhere. Just these monoliths and mountains that are looked like they were painted by God's paintbrush, and the only paint he had was red.
Beautiful.
And that red contrasts with everything else. So you get into Sedona. It's this cool, I would call it, I don't want to call it a resort town, but I'll call it a affluent. It's an affluent, like outdoorsy, probably tourist type town that a lot of people come to.
Like a Big Bear kind of deal.
Yeah, maybe a little
desert.
retirement.
Okay.
And there's a lot of shops and there's a lot of good restaurants and stuff. So we drove through that.
Buffalo
and it's really
Wild Wings?
pretty. Not Buffalo Wild Wings. No.
Sure.
Because my daughter's ass
Yeah.
was stinky.
Good grades, though.
Great grades.
So back off.
I'll be in trouble in 10 years. So we do that. And then when you go from Sedona to Flagstaff, Arizona, you go up this, the Red Rocks very swiftly turn into just like pines and coniferous trees and like lush mountain vegetation. It's almost instantaneous. You're on a creek and a river and you're just driving through the forest. It goes no more desert.
Wonderful.
Start going up this windy mountain road.
Beautiful.
It's awesome. And then you get to Flagstaff, Arizona, and Flagstaff, Arizona is very rocky mountain, just lush environment and very different from any other part of Arizona, very Montana-like. So you go Red Rocks, cool river, up mountain, Flagstaff, Arizona, and then from Flagstaff, Arizona, you drive past the San Francisco Peaks, which is something you've never heard of.
No.
Very beautiful, very remote, and then you get to the Grand
Poorly
Canyon
named.
eventually. Yes. I was confused too. I was like, wait, what?
They took a wrong
turn.
drove us halfway across the country
What'd I
in
do?
the wrong direction.
Anyways, that's way too much talk about a drive, but it's one of the most like soul enriching drives that I've done in a
Nice.
long time. Like everything was beautiful. There was very diverse environments, and then you get to the Grand Canyon, and that was like a religious experience.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Never seen anything like it.
And this, you've never seen the Grand Canyon?
Nope.
Cool.
Dude, when they say you have to see it to believe it, it's true.
Wow. Cool. That's
You can't-
great, man.
You can't. But yeah.
I also wonder too if there's a thing that, when you get your age, my age, you start to appreciate things like the Grand Canyon more,
Yeah.
and it can affect you in that kind of way. That's very like soul, as you were saying, enriching. I remember seeing it as a kid, being like, "That's too far down." I
Hold
think
on.
it's her laser. I think she's lasering it.
I'm gonna have somebody lasering downstairs. Hold on a second.
This has been the
Oh,
same.
yeah.
This has been what I've been.
Now I'm hearing it real
Mhm.
good when I talk, but not any other time.
Wait.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
lasering
it's
the fat
lasering.
downstairs.
She's lasering the fat.
God dang it.
Hayden has just been so busy lately. I swear, she's out down there lasering people's fat now,
With her ass.
shooting out farts. I mean, we can see if we can fix this.
There's nothing we can
nothing
do
we can do.
other than wait.
And I think it's been like this.
Well, here's what we're going to do.
Ooh. This is kind of a fun little. Ooh.
Yeah, this is now I remember. God
Mhm.
dang, fat lasering sucker lady. Okay, let's stop.
Crazy drunk driver.
We're back? We're back. We're back.
What
Come on.
happened?
This is
That's crazy.
Zimmy zim, zim zim.
Uh.
Crazy drunk
Crazy
drivers.
drunk drivers.
We're back on the post side of an edit after the fat burner downstairs was messing with our audio.
Yeah.
So we're back.
Her name's Hayden. Got it.
It's a bee.
Yeah, we.
This is 3 days later, by the way.
Yeah, we just sat and chatted for a second, and now
Where
we're
were
back.
we?
Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon.
Appreciating it as you're older.
Religious-esque type experience.
Spiritual.
Yes, the kids did. The little one, Jackson, did not give a hoot.
Mm-hmm. His brain,
At
dumb brain,
all.
undeveloped brain,
I think Hayden appreciated it a little bit.
more developed brain.
But the point that I would like to make on the Grand Canyon compared to every other national park experience that I've ever had, growing up in Glacier, seeing other ones, they don't give a shit
Mm-mm.
what anybody does there.
Mm.
It's insane. It is sacrilege to walk off of the path in other like national parks and stuff. It's like, don't ruin the vegetation. Let's keep it natural. There's rules. There are no fucking rules at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
The safety fences are incredibly low.
Mm-hmm. Not
Kids-
impressive.
Not impressive. Not stable.
Oh, that's good.
Not at all. People could crawl over them Nobody's telling them no. There's no signage. There's nothing. And so if there's like these peaks that you can or these like rock formations that you can walk down to for a photo or whatever and live a little bit dangerously, it's like they don't care. It's just don't be stupid because stupid people might die.
Well, they're probably like, it's called the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. It's too big for us to police.
The sign says it. The name, it's all in the name. You're going to a canyon.
Yeah.
With the word grand on it. Yeah, it's probably a swim at your own risk situation.
It's probably a little bit, it's a little bit more, what's the word, grand than a normal canyon.
How did Heather like it? Was Heather blown away?
She was equally blown away, except for she was also blown away. The winds, there was like 50 mile an hour gusts.
She hasn't come back.
She's gone. She flew in. There's 50 mile per hour wind, just like intermittently. And it was kind of, we kind of went during a freak windstorm occurrence, and she's got hypersensitivity in her her face and neck because of the surgery. So that was a little bit of hell.
Yeah.
But
just
she
like
appreciated
needles,
the view. Needles is the best way to put it. So that was great. The stupidity thing, Hayden, I had a no stupidity rule with Hayden. I was like, yeah, we'll take some adventurous steps, but you have to live by the no stupid rule. You got to listen to me. We stay close to the middle of things, not to real edges. And so we did. We went out on this point that, gosh, I even saw it happening in real time. Just tends to be like a super Instagram point. Like people just go there. And I saw like a travel influencer, like half naked, go to this point and force her 50-year-old dad to climb down this cliff to go take photos of her on it. And I was like, okay, this is it. So we go, Hayden and I, like, wow, this is a cool experience. And it was an amazing view. No stupidity rules. She stayed close to me. She listened. Jackson, there was no world.
And Hayden was like,
yeah.
Okay, Dad.
Just echoing. This is Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, this is Parmesan garlic off of the walls. We go down. Hayden's old enough to abide by the stupidity rule. Jackson is not. So Jackson stays up with my wife. We do it and we go back up. And then I look back down to where we went and I was like, yeah, why do they let people...
It's crazy.
Why do they let people do that? And then I go, Hayden, I'm going to go, when we're on the drive home, I'm going to search. When's the last time people died in the Grand Canyon? And it's always.
Whoa.
Like multiple times a year. And I saw a YouTube video of some poor soul who fell off the exact point that we were at recently. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I didn't follow the stupidity rule. So other than that.
Wait, at the exact point?
The exact point.
Did you, when you saw that, did you hear his ghost go, take a couple steps back, man?
Man.
Maybe back up a little bit, man.
It gives you a weird feeling. I tell you what, like, I was like, was I irresponsible? Because I was very responsible in the moment and teaching her about responsibility in the outdoors if you're going to be adventurous, if you're going to live your life. But man, after like seeing that clip and hearing that story, I was like, wow. They should make some rules at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, make some no stupid rules.
But you can put up a sign. Just no signs. What? It's crazy.
And like when you were there and your kids were there, I mean, were you having fun?
I was.
Okay.
I was disappointed in the fact that like it was one of those, we're going to drive there. We're going to do the 6-hour drive to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And we're going to look at it for an hour. And then we're going to leave.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the worst part of it. I would love to go back someday and like go in and camp and hike and make
really
it
do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Anytime I'm in Vegas, they're always like, it's 40 minutes to the Grand Canyon. And every time I'm like, maybe on like Sunday I'll get up and I'll go see the Grand Canyon. Never happens.
Nope, not gonna do that.
Nope, different vibe entirely.
You almost died though.
I did almost die at the Grand Canyon. I almost fell in. I have no memory of it. I was a kid, but I've heard about it ad nauseum from my parents. And yes, I did stumble. I believe I was tying my shoe. There was no railing. There was absolutely no railing where we were, and I had to be caught. And I think it was nothing bad, but it was definitely like. I think it's like one of those things too where, you know, they say don't look down. Yeah. It's like when you're walking across a little tightrope thing. But yeah, it was one of those moments as a kid where I just was like, man, I'm not built for survival, as my lovely fiance likes to tell me.
When you first told me that you almost did, I was like, okay, there's some hyperbole here. There's some like, this is family legend. And then I got there and I was like, oh yeah, some kid could easily just like tie his shoe and whoop.
And my dad had a no stupidity rule, but I was too young to follow it. I'm just glad Jackson made it out okay. And I verified the story, and I was like, "I did this really?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, no, yeah." And I was like, "All right, cool, no more questions."
Ooh, man, yeah, it was a good experience. And the drive was great, and yada yada yada. I'm glad I did it, and I needed it post this year and a half. Like I think we all need it, and I suggest this to all y'all listening or watching. If you can just get out from wherever you are and do it at your own level of safety and comfortability, you should do it, because we've all been living in a very hyper-infused version of our own personal bubbles filled with all sorts of stress on the inside and all sorts of stress on the outside. And it's added so much gravity to our personal situations that it's made it seem like the heaviest fucking world in a year and a half, because it has been. It's good to go. See new things.
Yeah.
Remind yourself that there's more than your troubles.
Yes. Or whatever weird hobbies you've picked up, Elliot. Like, okay, if UFOs are going to happen, they're going to happen. Calm down a little bit. But I will tell you a similar religious experience I had on my travels, Joe, where we arrived the first night at a resort after going through customs, doing that whole thing, and having a great time. I decided I was going to treat everyone to the first cocktail of arriving while they're checking in. Go over to the bar, and I asked for,
Mr. Moneybags.
Mr. Moneybags. I thought this will be great. It shows I'm involved, and I go over there and I'm like, I want this. I want one Jack and Diet, and then they were like, okay, and like they didn't have a very friendly demeanor about it. But then I was like,
yeah, we'll give you a friggin' Jack and Diet.
Yeah, and I was like, I want 2 margaritas, one of them no salt, and another one's a vodka club soda. And you can do the math and play that little bingo game, figure out who's who. But turns out I drink a lot of Jack and Diet, and it's a horrible drink. But anyway, they hand it to me, and then I look around, and there's no register. And then I'm reaching for the card, and I recognize that. I was like, I think I can just. And then Chip comes over, and Chip's like, "Oh man, great, thanks." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't think we have to pay. I think we can walk away." And it was one of those places where then it all dawned on me, it all came crashing down on me that I was at a place where in Mexico with people who were fun, and there were pools, and I could see the ocean when you walk in. There's a huge ocean in Mexico, which is crazy. They just added it, and then I recognized
it's new, right?
It's very new, and it's so nice. It's so shiny.
It's a great addition.
Great addition. And I was like, I don't have to pay for that drink. And then I was like, brace yourself. And so it was like 5 days of me just being like, be cool, like don't freak out. We left that place the first day, but because
you went all inclusive style in that first place,
which is an insane experience. Nothing is that good. I think they changed everything. I don't think it's anything you're getting is what you actually order, and the food is all very little strange but wonderful. And then there's a swim up bar, and I had a pina colada in the pool, and I was like, this is great. And it was definitely imposter syndrome, and I was like, no one deserves this. This is incredible. And then I saw a guy throw up, and I was like, all right, we're back, maybe back to normal.
Crazy.
That's what
drunk.
I get. Crazy drivers, swimmers,
crazy drunk ocean divers.
And I almost did it just to see if I could, Joe. But did you know that in Mexico, in certain areas, the pharmacies sell, I tell you, any old thing you might want. And you don't need a damn thing, apparently. But we got there, and I'm just seeing these signs that are like, you can have anything. And it's a huge sign that has like literally 2 columns of like 12-point font medicines that you can get.
So it's like weed, Vicodin.
No weed.
Babies.
It's like, yeah, you got babies, you want dick pills, you want pain pills.
Baby dick pills.
Things that end in endermine.
Turn your dick into a baby.
Yeah, things I never heard. Xanax. And I was like, I wonder what it would be like. And then
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, and I hurt my foot. I hurt my foot real bad. And then this is the end of the night, and it's like, midnight or something. My sweetie goes to the pharmacy nearby, and she's like, I'm going to get you some painkillers. Like, I'm going to find you the strongest painkillers I can find you. And I was like, do it. I was like, let's see what happens. So they go over to the pharmacy, and then it ended up being one of the pharmacies that was like, no, we don't do that. That's insane. Are you out of your mind? You're not going to get some kind of crazy medicine here. Like, we're legit business. And she came out, she's like, it's not going to happen.
It's not what we thought it was.
She was like, I got you a leave. And I was like, I'll take it. It's perfect. I was getting scared anyway. Yeah, it's a wonderful time, and it's just different wonders of nature that we were experiencing.
Dude, I saw the picture of you on a plane with other people on a plane, and that gave me anxiety.
Yeah, it's rough.
I was
Flying
like,
is not fun.
I wasn't ready. Was that your? No, because you've flown a couple times.
Flown a couple times, and it's not wearing the mask the whole time sucks.
Did you have any like ornery plane attendees that were like, okay, I'll put my mask on?
No, we had some ornery like flight attendants. Yeah, like kind of like on the way to Puerto Vallarta, the lady, the flight attendant was like, you have to wear your mask, and if you don't wear your mask, we will not take off, and you will be asked to leave the plane. And everyone just started laughing, and everyone's like, okay, all right, yeah, we get it.
That's the voice of a lady that's a little over it.
Yeah, who has had to deal with that kind of thing, like once or twice, which I guess is a very common thing. But I'm thinking of a different flight, I just realized. But anyway, yeah, it does happen. I think they're over it, and they're worn out, and everyone just needs to be cool. And I kind of go into a fugue state. Is that how you pronounce it?
A fuegwe.
A fuegwe state, and I'm like, I sit there and go,
fuegwe state.
Just don't think about it. And I try to fall asleep, and yeah, it sucks though. Customs also sucks because you have to wait in line the entire time.
Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to the ad portion of this particular episode of the Valleycast. I hope you're enjoying this episode as me and Joe just gab at each other, just blah, blah, blah all the time. We really like each other and miss each other, and it's nice just to catch up. Anyway, I'm here to tell you about some products and services I think you will like. For example, did you guys know that over-the-counter acne products and home remedies usually don't work? In fact, they can very often damage your skin. Well, you know what does work? I'm here to tell you guys. Prescription treatments. That is why we are excited to partner with Apostrophe, you guys. They are sponsoring this particular episode, and I'm so excited. I tried the product, tried the service. It's absolutely wonderful. Apostrophe is a prescription skincare company that offers science-backed oral and topical medications that are clinically proven to help clear acne. I know, it's almost too good to be true, but it's not. It's totally true. Apostrophe connects you with a board-certified dermatologist who will create a personalized treatment plan that is perfect for your unique and beautiful, or at least soon-to-be beautiful skin. Simply fill out Apostrophe's online quiz about your skin and your medical history, and then you snap a few selfies of both sides of your face and everything so they can take a look at you, and then you submit all of it so they can create your customized treatment plan. Apostrophe treats acne, and they can also treat other skincare goals like reducing redness, wrinkles, that was my favorite, and even dark spots. So my personal skincare goals are as follows. Please no wrinkle, please no zit, please no blackhead, happen all the time. Well, guess what? I submitted all of my information, and I have a treatment now, and it arrived, and it's absolutely beautiful. It comes in beautiful packaging. It makes you feel like you're doing something good for yourself, and plus it just looks nice. It's like, oh my goodness, they really go for it. And it's nice to know that there's a real dermatologist on the other end, and that I'm not just, throwing everything out there into the void. And it's super quick and super convenient, and it arrived almost immediately. It was absolutely wonderful. It feels great on the skin. It doesn't feel greasy or oily. I'm highly recommending Apostrophe. I got so excited there that I just said hi a bunch of times. So hello to you too. I'm trying to get my nose figured out, which I inherited from my dad, at least half of the left side, I think. So listen, we have a special deal for the audience of the Valleycast, you guys. Save $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/Valleycast when you use our code Valleycast. This code is only available for listeners of the Valleycast. Again, that's Valleycast. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/Valleycast and click Begin Visits, and then use our code Valleycast at the sign up, and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit just like that. It's a wonderful system. I highly recommend it. That is apostrophe.com/Valleycast, and use that code Valleycast to get your dermatology visit and save $15. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the Valleycast. We love you guys. Thank you for saving my face. Oh, but that's not all. Yeah, I'm here to tell you about Stitch Fix, you guys. Remember Stitch Fix? They're the best. In fact, I'm wearing them right now. You see these pants right here? You know how hard it is for me to find pants that fit me? Because I'm like a walking Gumby, like a giant Gumby. Well, not anymore. Now with Stitch Fix. I love them very much. Shopping for new clothes can be needlessly stressful, so why not let Stitch Fix make it easy by doing the work for you so you can spend time doing the things you love instead? You know what I mean? Maybe you've gotten used to the work from home routine, but has your wardrobe adjusted, or are you still wearing those same clothes? I know I was not anymore. See these? Bam! Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix. I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm enjoying it. It's fun for me. I'm sorry. Maybe you're ready to go back outside. Maybe you're ready to brave that new world out there, but your closet says otherwise. Your closet says maybe you should stay inside because we're super old. Well, get some much needed style updates with the help of Stitch Fix. Shopping for new clothes can be time consuming, tedious, and expensive. Fortunately, Stitch Fix makes it easy to find the clothes you love, the ones that fit you. If you don't like the way they look, you just send them back. It's super easy. Stitch Fix offers clothing hand selected by expert stylists for your unique style, size, and budget. Every piece is chosen for your fit and your life, and it's the easy solution to finding what makes you look and feel your best. I cannot believe how much I love these pants. I have not stopped wearing them since I got them. I absolutely adore them, as well as they send me this short sleeve white button down too. It's got all these little designs on it. It just makes I'm a big fan of it. And also, there's no subscription required. Try Stitch Fix once or set up automatic deliveries. You'll pay just a $20 styling fee for each box, which gets credited toward pieces you keep, and there are no hidden fees, ever. You know what I hate? Hidden fees. Guess what? There's none. All right, Stitch Fix has styles and clothing to fit any occasion for women, men, and kids, and they ship all over the US, and they're available in the UK as well. So for all of our UK listeners out there, that's pretty exciting, and as far as I can tell. So to get started today, just go to stitchfix.com/valleycast, and you will get 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. That's stitchfix.com/valleycast for 25% off when you keep everything in your fix. stitchfix.com/valleycast. That's stitchfix.com/valleycast. Go get your pants. Back to the show.
Oh, and then we didn't realize until the last day we were about to head out, and when we went to sign in to check into the flights the day before, it had this whole checklist where it was like, confirm one of the three. Either you have you can confirm absolutely that you in a test that you and prove that you took a COVID test in the past 3 days, or you can prove that you've recovered from COVID in the past 14 days, or
can't do that.
You can opt out of this using special permission that you have obtained already. And I was like, don't have that either. Then we thought, well, it's probably nothing, no big deal. Day we're leaving, turns out you cannot get out of the country and get back into America unless you prove to them that you have a negative COVID test within the past 3 days, which we didn't have.
What did you do?
Well, we Chip decided to start calling everybody because Chip does like production work and he knows how to plan things like this, and it was wonderful. I'm limping around like, what do you need from me? I can do whatever you want.
He's limping. He's got the super COVID.
Yeah, exactly. And we were like, well, we don't. I'm sure it'll be fine. We're vaccinated. We got our cards and everything. And they were like, absolutely not. You have to have
the vaccination cards didn't work.
Nothing. It doesn't matter if you've had a vaccine. Whoa. You have to still get a test. And so we went to a clinic.
Good. It's probably good.
And it was the first time I got the nose swab, which I'd never done before.
How did you feel?
Ticklish. See, I scratched my nose. It's like a faint memory of it. It was
tickled. Was it miserable?
It was like it poked a tear duct and like a tear popped out. It was crazy. Have you done it before?
No, I haven't, and it really freaks me out.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, and it was only one nostril for whatever reason. But Chip and Mamrie went first, and then they come out, and Grace and I are still in the waiter group, and I just see Mamrie grab her nose, and she goes, "Yes, the swab one." And I was like, oh no. We go in there, they're super nice. They hand us our results, and then we have to go to the airport and present all of the paperwork with all the customs forms along with our negative COVID test. And then they were like, wow, all right, you can go.
So if you're flying internationally in any way, shape, or form, keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind, folks.
Yeah, you got to plan that in. You got to put that into your schedule, your production schedule.
Like, it does pay to research these things before you just blindly go into whatever adventure you're on. But it worked out. It all worked out.
To another country. Oh, I also went to where we were in Arizona, where we were staying, had there was this farm, and it was this big farm, and they had put on a fair.
Cool.
And it was an outdoor fair, and it was over this massive expanse. You know how most like little carnivals and fairs are just kind of like, we're going to put as much as we can in just this acre of land.
Yeah,
they slam 7 rides down, and they're all dirty, and there's people everywhere. This was spread out over so much land.
Cool.
There were 40 rides, so there were no lines. And there were 40 big rides, not like the little lame rides.
That sounds so fun, dude.
40 big rides. Everybody was spread out. There were masks. Sanitization stations
everyone
everywhere.
In Puerto Vallarta was like, everywhere you went, it was like, everyone wore a mask, and every place that we went to would give us hand sanitizer. Yeah. And I was like, this is nice.
I was very surprised. Some people not wearing masks here and there, but it doesn't matter because you're outside and you're spread out. And, we're vaccinated, but we're still like, in solidarity with the kids and also just, again, making people feel comfortable and trying to just put our best foot forward. But yeah, it felt safe. It felt good. I sent you guys that picture of the Gravitron, which I
cool.
did not go on.
Good.
my kids are like, why didn't you want to go on?
Though I will say it would have been a great crumpling photo if you could have turned all the way upside down.
Damn, you're right, dude. I'm afraid. I'm
Should be. That's an insane ride.
So much stress in regards to going onto that ride again. Like, I don't know if it was a fluke, what happened last time, but I wasn't going to chance it. I'll usually chance things.
The snake?
No, my butt.
Oh, right. You pooping yourself.
Didn't poop myself. Felt like the last time I was on the Gravitron was when it like tried to pull my butt out.
I was going to go, hey.
I've never had such crazy
the
weird
time your butt was like, I'd like to have some fun now too, please.
My butt was like
I'd
centrifugal
like to look
force.
Around.
No, thank you. I was terrified. I went on every other ride. I went on the zipper. Haven't done that since I was a kid.
Do you not get sick to your stomach on those?
Nah.
I wonder if I have a real fear of those because I'll do any roller coaster at any time. But for some reason, these fair rides where they spin freaks me out.
By the end, that's the thing is like, because I was remarking to the family, I was like, you know what? There hasn't been a new fair ride in like 40 years. It's always the same freaking ride because how many things can go in a circle?
Yeah.
How many different ways can we do circle?
Yeah, it can be like one circle with a little tiny circle, one circle, one oblong with circles on it, or one big circle in a Ferris wheel.
We're going to do a circle, but while you're doing a circle, the circle inside the circle is going to move at a different rate so that it'll feel like you're doing like two circles and maybe a third circle.
And do they still do the real crappy roller coasters where you're like 4 feet off the ground?
Yeah, they do that. They do all
I would do that.
So, yeah, I did the classics. I did the zipper, I did the yo-yo, and it was like a good nostalgia back to my childhood.
Yeah.
But then there's the dad part of it and the family part of it where I got to do things with my kids that I got to be there while they experienced what I experienced for the first time. So that was great.
I recently went on, for the first time ever, the WB, the Warner Brothers studio tour.
I've never done it. Is it good?
Yeah, well, we waited in line for like 2 straight hours.
That's not good.
Which was crazy.
No, thank you.
And at the end of it, at the beginning of it, we took a decent amount of an edible cookie.
What does that mean?
It means marijuana.
Oh.
And it all hit us right when the line ended, like all at the same time. And Sarah Whittle came up and she was like, it's all of us right now. It's hitting everyone. And I was like, thank God. And
wait, you didn't do the WB. You were so gone that you thought you did the WB.
Right, yeah.
You did the Universal tour.
That's what it was. Are they different? I'm learning that right now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, the Universal tour. Still the same thing.
When Godzilla or when King Kong battled Joey from Friends. Whoa.
But they do take you. They take you through the lot though.
Yeah. The back lot, the Universal lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep fighting like it is the same ride.
Wait. Okay, so we are now established in the fact that you're just feeling it and you're on the ride.
It was wonderful.
There's a bunch of really fun moments in that ride where even clear-minded, you're like, "Whoa, this is pretty crazy."
Yes.
What got you the goodest?
Well, I didn't know anything about anything when it was happening. I didn't know there were any versions of a ride within it. I thought it was truly going to be a tour and be like, here's the desk from The Office. And I was going to be like, this is going to suck. But before we get on, they go, it's a 45-minute ride.
Yeah,
and great. I was like, that's insane. And so let's buckle up. And we entered this dome thing that was all, I guess, one shot. And it was, in fact, Godzilla versus a T-Rex. And all I remember is at one point, I was like, T-Rex or Godzilla splashes in the water and I got water on my face and I was like,
King Kong. Yeah, King Kong.
I was like, that might be the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. And then King Kong grabs a T-Rex and breaks its jaw open. and I, without thinking, say out loud, that was way too violent. And because I've noticed that sometimes if I get a little high, I become very strangely innocent and I don't like violence at all. And I was like, this is way too violent. And it was amazing. And then we go into another one and Vin Diesel pops out. And I was like, this is a new one. And it's Vin Diesel all staring at me. And then The Rock comes out. And then we just hit the road again with these guys. And I was like, here we go. And for a moment, I believed every second of it. I was like, this is really happening. There was what is this? What is happening?
Get out of here. Go away. What do you want?
There's the mic.
The mic? Check your bag. I did. Maybe we don't have it.
I can't.
I know it's hard. Look, man, it's tough. I know.
Jackson. I can't. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Beretta.
Great time.
The Universal tour that he is talking about, it's the reason you go to Universal Studios. You have to get on it. If you're a movie lover, it fills you with so much goodness, and it's filled with variety. You didn't even talk about when you go underground and then there's an earthquake and the ground starts breaking. That probably got you.
That one was a little too much for old Elliot. When the water started flushing down, I was like, this can't be. And then I think it was Matt Robb or someone who was like, what if there was a real earthquake right now? And I was like, don't do that to me, man. That's crazy. You're insane.
Yeah, it's really good. Highly recommend.
I'd never been on it, never expected it. The whole time in line, I was like, what? I just kept going. I kept whispering, like, does anybody want to be doing this? Like, why are we still waiting in line? And everyone seemed totally content. And I was like, it must be a me problem. And then I was totally converted by the end of it.
Yeah,
it was wonderful.
It was a you problem for sure, because they'd been on it clear-minded. And clear-minded, it's still like very fun.
Well, it was Andy Mogren who really encouraged the consuming a little bit before going on it. And he, thank you, Andy, if you're listening. It was absolutely, but he was right. It definitely added to the experience. Jaws was great because when you look back after Jaws attacks you, you see him slowly backing up like a pickup truck, or
it's
like
two guys are pulling a rope, pulling him back into the water.
You're like, oh, wonderful.
Seeing the Bates Hotel, it's really cool.
The Bates Hotel was great. No one ran out of it. I thought someone was supposed to run out of it.
They do that at Halloween.
Oh, I see.
I think. Do they do it every time, Kevin? You know better than me.
No, they don't do it.
Yeah, it's Halloween. Do it at Halloween.
The plane crash was pretty cool too.
Yeah,
from
plane
War
crash.
of the Worlds.
Very cool. It's very cool.
All of it's cool, and it was all very fun, but it was also just wild. It was like, this is such a sensory overload, even if it wasn't, because of any kind of cookies I took. Going from, as we're saying, back into the world is a jarring experience.
I'm not, and I'm not quite there yet. Like, I'm still not comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I did those things, but I'm always on high alert. I'm always, for one, other people, two, to make sure that I feel like I'm doing the things that need to be done that are right and correct. And you don't frequent people for a year and a half. People weird.
Yeah,
people scary.
I like it better when no people.
Hugs feel funny. Hugs funny. Fist bump, no handshake. Fist bump.
Yeah,
fist bump.
I gotta remember the fist bump thing.
It's like every moment, like you've probably hugged like a friend. Like we've hugged.
Yeah.
Like when we came back to the office 2 weeks ago. And even then it's like, do we hug? It's like every bad romantic comedy where the friend is about to like hug the girl that he wants. But
and I was always like a pet kisser before this whole thing started. So
that's how the whole thing started.
Yeah. It's really hard for me not to lean in and go to every person that I hug, and you can't do that anymore, I guess. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be back free and good. I can't wait for Steve to get back in here and be with us once more, because the doctors are not sure what's gonna. How do you put the legs back on? Should we, out of Joe's honor to Steve in his absence, can I do a would you rather with you?
I dare you.
All right.
I fucking dare you.
All right, guys.
To would you rather right now.
All right. And please let us know your answers to this.
Joe, remember the turquoise McDonald's that you saw?
I did see the turquoise McDonald's, yeah.
Do you know why it was turquoise?
In Sedona, there's a McDonald's there that has blue arches. And from what I've been told, I did not verify upon further research, it's the only McDonald's with blue arches. And it does look, it kind of like smacks you in your face. Like, why is there blue arches? I think the reason they did it is because the yellow arches would have clashed with the rest of the town. Like the town is it's like the whole town is a homeowners association. Yeah. And there's rules, and they had to do a turquoise McDonald's arches because a lot of like the buildings there and a lot of the roofings are turquoise. It's like turquoise and red, and the striking yellow. They were like, not in Sedona.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, which makes you wonder who is ruling Sedona. Do they get to go, yo, McDonald's? Blue arches or no arches?
We're Sedona. Don't know if you're aware.
Blue arches or no arches. This is Sedona. This is motherfucking Sedona.
I feel like I've maybe seen those before. Is it surreal when you see it? Or you're like, this is a little slightly different.
They're also very subdued. They're like not even on like the typical high sign. They're just on the side of the building.
It's probably all part of it. Yeah.
Motherfucking blue arches right there.
Was there any signs that high? There might be an ordinance. We'll get into that nitty gritty here on this episode.
Sedona HOA.
Joe, would you rather take a 50-50 chance of getting infinite money, but if you don't get the money, you die, or live as you currently are right now?
Ooh, okay. I got two potential. I have potential for too much life still and responsibility. Man, if I was a singlesman, I might take the chance, but I can't.
You can't.
I can't.
You just can't.
I can't. Kevin, would you take the chance? Kevin would take the chance.
Why? You don't have anything to live for. Who gives a shit?
You see the results though?
Yeah, the results are crazy.
Well, if I was older or single, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it.
I know. You can't. There's nothing with 50% chance that has me dying that I'm going to
Jackson, come here.
do. Yeah, Jackson, come here.
Come here real quick.
Jackson,
I'm
come here.
going to ask you a question. Okay, would you rather... Here, you can talk to me right here. Would you rather... What am I hearing?
Ellington.
He's watching his
Oh.
entertainment while you talk to him.
Oh.
So
Hi,
disrespectful.
Ellington. Would you rather take a 50-50
Still
chance,
playing.
which means like flip a coin. I'm going to turn this off just for a second.
Unbelievable.
Flip a coin. So heads or tails. If you get heads, you get infinite dollars.
Infinite money.
That's as many V-Bucks as you want. If you get
Infinite.
tails, you die. The question's a lot harder to say to him for some reason. You die. So you can do that. You take that chance, or you don't take that chance and you just live the rest of your life as you are.
The money.
The money! You're not getting the
Wild
chance.
child.
You might not get
Mad
the money.
lad.
You could die. Wait, let's test it right now. I need a coin. Give me a coin.
Dad,
What?
where's the charger?
I don't know. Okay,
Where's
bye.
the charger?
I love you. Oh, it's in my bag.
You are an insane person, Jackson. Bye, Jackson. Thank you very much.
So the answer is don't even flip the coin. Just take the money. It's right there.
Hey, take the money. Why are you muddying
take
up
the
the
guy-
waters with that death part?
That person isn't allowed to give you that, would you rather, unless the money was available, which means the money is right there. So just take the money.
Yeah, and so here's the deal, though. Here's the crazy part. 587 people would live as they are right now.
Uh-huh.
659 would take the chance. Now, that says to me, people do not give a shit and are struggling right now. Because that is, that just doesn't seem... All right, would you rather get paid $250,000 or a charity of your choice gets $5 million anonymously? Yeah, I'll take the $250,000.
Yeah.
I'm not being a hero.
That's also like where you are in your life.
Yeah.
Like I could really, my family could benefit from that.
Yeah.
250. Wait, can the charity be Joe's GoFundMe?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll start a nonprofit for you. We'll work this one out.
I just did it.
Would you rather be able to time travel or manipulate time? Freeze time, speed up time, slow down time.
If you can manipulate time, could you technically probably time travel?
You could freeze it. You could speed it up.
That's it.
You could slow down, but you couldn't probably change any events. You'd just be experiencing it at a different rate.
Time travel is more
But I guess
complicated
if you
in
could
our
freeze-
minds than we realize. But time travel would be cool if we could do it in a movie sense. If it's in a movie sense,
Like
time
Click.
travel would be great. They're both. I think they both have their advantages. Probably both have their disadvantages that I'm not smart enough to realize in the moment.
This is the most Joe answer so far I've ever heard in my life.
I'm gonna go-
He's actually trying.
Okay, wait, no. Let me Joe it up a little bit more for you then. Elliot, what would you be okay with me answering? What would you be okay?
Well, I'm gonna
with
make
me
sure you
answering?
guys are good, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, great. What's your answer?
My answer would be, for some reason, my instinct was to go with time manipulation, but I don't even know why.
Yeah, right.
But I guess time travel would be the one to go with.
I mean, you could have fun with the click thing, and of course, you could do super villain or superhero levels of actions with it.
What in the world?
What do you need, bud?
Which pocket
You just gonna? Can you just wait? Can you just? We're almost done. Can you just wait? Remember earlier today when I said when we don't do this when we're doing this? Yeah, what did you choose, Kevin?
I actually don't know. I think I'm with you.
Time travel, right?
Yeah.
If
The results are crazy.
Most people say time manipulation.
Yeah, I think we've talked about time manipulation is not talked about as frequently as time travel is. And when time travel has been pontificated about for so long, we know the pitfalls and the potential dangers associated with it. When we also, I think, inherently know about what you can't do that with time travel. That's not how time works.
Right.
So a lot of people have made time travel not fun, is what I'm saying.
Just go into the future, find out what the lotto numbers are,
Crazy
go back in time.
drunk drivers.
Crazy drug driver.
Drunk drivers.
This one comes at us from a viewer, Kevin Plachy, says, would you rather have 1 cent for each time
What?
somebody lies?
For each time.
For each time? Would you rather have 1 cent for each time? How many times have you had?
Would you rather time or would you time?
Would you rather have 1 cent for each time somebody lies, somebody's late for something, somebody makes a bad joke, somebody says something racist?
I take those lion pennies.
Why did you send this? Yeah, do you think it's good?
It's pretty good.
I'm trying to think about it. That's a strange.
Is it one person? You get to choose that person and go, you, sir, are going to be my money provider? Or is it every person? If it's every person.
Okay, so there's notes. This works on a world level. Each time somebody in the world lies, says racist stuff, or runs late, you earn them. I see. I didn't read that part.
Couple questions. Well, I mean, I'm going to get the most from the lying for sure. But do I want all those pennies? Do I have to physically deal with those pennies? Am I crushed by those pennies in the instant that 5 billion of them fall upon my head?
You want a manageable amount of pennies physically. You want whichever one is going to give you an okay amount of pennies.
No, I want
a safe amount of pennies.
I want what's ever going to give me the most, but also that's a lot of pennies you got to
exactly.
deal with.
Yeah. I mean, but it says 1 cent. Now it doesn't say 1 penny.
Oh, so it could add up over time.
A cent can be.
It could be put into an account.
That's what I think. That's what I think we're going.
Yeah, I think lying 100%.
Yeah.
Does that speak to me or does that speak to society?
No, everyone says that. Maybe both, but that is what everyone says. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I think even a hardcore racist probably doesn't say a racist thing as much as he lies.
Yeah, and you don't want to feel guilty about the amount of money that's just rolling into your account.
Guys, I got my racist PayPal over here.
Yeah, I guess if someone's lying, I could just be like, nah, well, it's gonna catch up with them.
Yeah, like a lie can be there. The spectrum of lies, so it's so big.
Yeah.
But the spectrum of racism is a lot smaller.
I think you have to worry about inflation a little bit, unless you're taking 1 cent from the person without them knowing it. Then
it's
that's
kind of
different.
like a box situation.
Yeah. Closed circuit.
Yeah. Do you do the same deal? Do you take the lying penny or the lying cent deal if every cent that you get from a liar is taken from an honest person?
Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
So you potentially in a day you've taken $1 million from honest people.
Yeah, that's fine. Like a whatever. I'll put
it was a cent.
I'll put a cent to a charity.
You go to a gas station, you leave a penny, you take a penny. You know what I'm saying? You're crazy drunk drivers.
Well, let's review this episode, Joe. I will give it 5 out of 5 so far.
I think we had a good time.
I think we had a good time. I think it started out a little bumpy. We're still getting used to being around each other, first of all. And it's very cute and fun and nice. And it's always a strange thing when there's 2 people podcasts, anyway, that are used to 3 people. So much hope Steve is feeling okay in his recovery process.
Yeah. Man,
I really love that you got something out of the Grand Canyon trip. I don't like when people come back from a Grand Canyon.
I just saw it.
Big hole in the ground.
Nah, man. It is a big hole in the ground, but
it's not a rock statement.
Dude,
yeah.
It goes forever. Like you can't comprehend
crazy
what it is. Right, Kevin?
Yeah.
Like I'm scared that I even know my recollection of it is not good enough.
Does it feel like the United States could just break apart in half? Like there's a little crack running down it and it could just go boop.
Yep. All I kept going through my mind, because it's really flat, like leading up to it.
Yeah.
It just goes forever. It's just this flat desert. And all I was thinking was like, all those people back in the day that were just like, I'm going that way and nothing's going to stop me. Because it also, for how big it is it sneaks up on you.
I don't care how tall the mountain is. Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's a reverse mountain right there. We got one of these reverse mountains. I don't know what we're gonna do. It looks like it goes forever, both ways.
Yeah. Situation could not be worse.
You know, like you could be at Everest, looking at Everest, and you would go, that
You're dead.
looks unscalable. I could never. That's what you look at the Grand Canyon, you go, how did anybody ever go to the other side?
What blows my mind, and this is just a little brain wrinkle thing that I sometimes think about, is every single person alive is descended from another person who somehow survived long enough to have children.
Fake science.
Exactly. So some people, we'll find out soon with the, there's a lot of speculation being made just in the crypto markets right now about kind of, got my wires crossed there for a second. Too much caffeine. So people that we descended from most likely were able to somehow survive this. But for some reason, I just imagine it like hordes of people coming up to the Grand Canyon, not seeing it and falling in like I almost did. Maybe that's what it is. It's a reflection of myself.
Dude, there could be some spots because you're just walking and you're like, hey, you know, and you walk and you talk behind you or you're like distracted.
Yeah.
You're like, look at that bird. Yeah, you probably, I bet you people have comically fallen off
That'd be me.
the Grand Canyon. Not tragically. I mean, it's all tragic, but like a comic like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, I couldn't walk on paved ground when I was out of town a little bit. It wasn't even a hole. It was built into the road.
Drunk drivers.
Yep, happens every week.
The final point on the Grand Canyon, then we'll get out of here, is that's the other thing that messes with your senses, is that big hole, big wide hole, go forever both ways. Nooks, crannies, big river, far away, very low, looks small. Across the way, when you look, the ground is flat, like the horizon, like there's no peaks on this. It's just like, because the other side of the canyon is so flat and horizontal, that also adds to the craziness of it, because it's basically a bisection in the plains, and it's straight on one side, straight on the other, and it messes with it.
We have a beautiful planet. We have a beautiful planet here, folks. Hope everyone gets to enjoy it a little bit, even if it just means going outside for a second and looking up at the stars. It's a very nice time. Are you feeling much better? Are you feeling a little weight lifted from the COVID depression?
I did at the time.
COVID depression.
You get back and you're like, oh yeah, it's this.
Yeah.
I'm back. Oh no.
Ellie's not the best for keeping that joy up, but it's good to get out.
No, but we're here. So guys, thank you for listening to Joe and Elliot on the Valley Cast podcast, with Kevin interjecting brilliantly and charismatically from the sidelines.
Helping it. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Movie game, pre-order still. There'll be an update on the Kickstarter very soon. If by the time this goes up, there also might be. We've finished up most art assets. We're getting prompts on the cards. Going over those. Get ready to go over those with me and look for mistakes.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's 500 cards of like really actually pay attention, which is hard to do because there's a lot of words and I use way too many when I write funny, dumb prompts. Yeah, so you gotta really pay attention. Probably need more commas, but whatever.
You're doing great.
So yeah, that'll come. But bit.ly/movie game if you want to get your last pre-orders in. New pin just came out, real dope. Put that up on the screen, maybe. Boop boop. And
guys,
yeah,
if you want to go to elliotmorgan.com/tour on June 23rd and June 24th, I'll be in the Spokane Comedy Club and Tacoma Comedy Club, respectively.
I've been there.
Yeah, we've all been there.
That was fun.
Some of you guys have been there. Come hang out again. It's gonna be all new material. I'm very excited about it. And then July 14th, 15th. Tampa Improv and Orlando Improv. If you're so inclined to come see me in my home state, during which I'll be very uncomfortable and probably in a strange vibe, and I'm very excited about it.
If you don't have 15 minutes on Grand Canyon material, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
I just steal your entire story. And then my daughter started farting everywhere.
Man, you're right. I'm a bad 80s comic.
I love it. I love it. All right. Bye, everybody.
Joe and Steve.